Hello and welcome to Prima Talk. How's everyone doing?
I'm doing good.
So we have a special guest today.
Hi
Miss Viri's here.
Yes.
Hi guys.
So maybe we should start with a little bit of a background
We could do
on
that.
how I even got to know Viri and how Gadi got to know Viri.
Yeah, we could start there.
So me and Viri actually had a mutual friend, which is how we met. And if you guys have been listening to our podcast, I think in the first episode I had mentioned that Viri was the one who got me into house and techno, and she took me to my first fest. And I had met her through a mutual friend that we actually both don't speak to anymore, but that's beyond the point because we're still really good friends.
Yes.
And yeah, I've known Viri since what, 2017 or 18? I think like 2018, which it actually doesn't sound like that much. It's only been like, what, 5 years? But I literally feel like I've known Viri like all my life. This is like my other sister, like one of my bestest friends. And Gadi, you want to explain how you met Viri or
through you?
I met Viri through you. Of course, I remember the exact moment or like the exact place. We went to, this is during COVID, we went to the patio.
Oh yeah.
It was a patio.
Yeah.
I was honestly shy. I don't know, like I was just shy in general.
Yeah,
you were super quiet.
That was the first day you met any of my friends, and you met like
Tony.
3 of them. Yeah, you had met Tony, right? You had met Tony, Danny, and Viri.
Yeah, I think also too a big thing was that it was during the pandemic, and I wasn't used to talking to other people who were not my friends.
It was a weird time.
It was very
for
much
sure.
a weird time.
It was a weird time.
And then so like I remember
she was healing.
Very much healing.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We went to dinner and I was like, I'm a little bubble, and I was like, oh, okay. And then Viri was just talking to me, and I was just like, oh my god, like she's so nice. And I remember I was like, her outfit's on point. And
dude, I thought the same thing about your outfit.
Yeah. Aww. And then I was like, right away, you guys were planning to go to Miami and to Chicago.
Yeah, that was the same year we did that, huh?
Yeah. And
it was like right after.
What year was that, Gadi? Was that in 2020?
No, it was 2021 or 2022.
Probably 2021.
2020, we went to Hawaii, and then 2021.
Because I hadn't met you then.
Yeah.
But I knew you were going.
Yeah. And then right away, you guys asked me, and I was like, okay, I'm down. And then the rest is history.
Yeah.
Very much history.
And here we are.
Now.
Yep.
Before we start, do you want to talk about a little bit about your business?
And yourself?
So this is the setup that I did for them. I recently just started my little business.
Yeah.
Picnics.
We love it so much. We got compliments already here at the park.
Yeah.
I should have brought my business cards, but
it's okay. It's
It's a trial. It's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just started that. I wanted to quit my 9-to-5 job. I was super tired of it.
Period.
I was just dealing with a lot of drama with management, so I just kind of decided to just do what I've been wanting to do for the longest.
Yeah.
I had a friend that was also doing this, and then I wanted to do it around the same time that she wanted to do it, but I didn't want it to feel like I was copying her.
Yeah.
I remember
but
that.
She's very supportive. She told me, like, if you want to, like, take stuff, or, like, I'll let you borrow it.
Oh,
if you need
awesome.
anything. We love Lena.
Yes, we do. Shout out Lena. We love her.
We love you. Do you want to talk about just a little bit about yourself?
Just a little background.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So I was born and raised in Mexico. I came when I was like about 11.
Okay.
It was probably like 6th grade. I knew some English, not that much. I used to go to private school, so I took classes. I knew what the colors were, but I couldn't hold a conversation with someone. So I mean, I picked it up pretty fast. Like within a year, I was already, pretty much communicating with people. I had conversations, and then it just went from there. I did high school. I didn't really have that many friends because I was shy.
Yeah.
I thought I had an accent. And I thought people were going to make fun of me, but then I kind of just met a few friends, and they broke me out of my shell.
Aww.
And then I just started going out. I started with like house parties, and now I'm doing raves with you guys.
Yeah. When did you start raving, Viri?
It was like right after high school. It was like 2012. I went to my first rave after I graduated.
OG raver.
I was like, which one though?
It was Escape, and then Hard like the next weekend.
That's crazy.
Oh my god, that's so crazy. I never knew that one.
It was 2012. Yeah, they used to have like Hard, Day of the Dead. Well, they still have it.
Yeah.
It was better.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I love that.
But yeah, pretty much I just like I've been working since I got out of high school. I never stopped working until now recently. I'm not like working a full-time job. I'm just kind of like doing my own thing. I'm selling clothes online.
Yeah.
Because I need to clear out my closet.
Yeah, you do have a lot of clothes.
I have an obsession that I need to stop.
It's okay though. It's a healthy obsession. It's a healthy one.
Sometimes. Because sometimes I will get off of work and I'm like, dude, I need to go buy something. Like, just to
I feel that.
not feel stressed. But I've been getting better at it. I only buy stuff if I really need to.
Yeah.
That's really good though.
Yeah.
I think it's a good time to mention that Viri has been like a fashion inspo for the both of us.
Yes,
like
most definitely.
Viri literally has like the most amazing style.
Aww.
Clearly.
Yeah.
So that is something I think that we should put out there. And
I'll literally go to Viri and be like, hey, I need an outfit for X, Y, and Z, and then she'll help me out. And I'm just like,
she's like, I got you.
She's
Sends
like,
you inspo,
and everything. I was like, perfect. I don't even have
links and everything,
Literally. And I think like a big thing, and I'll be honest, is like I stalked your Instagram like before, like when, I think it was before or after. And I was like,
oh, you stalked me.
I was like, this girl is the queen of Coachella.
Yes.
Literally queen of Coachella.
Coachella
queen.
queen.
Her outfits are on point. I was like, I just love this girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
I used to make my own outfits. Not
You
anymore.
still kind of do a little bit.
Yeah.
You do your little DIY projects.
My hat from last year, like I made it. Wait, was it? Yeah. It was last year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did.
That was such a bomb outfit, by the way.
Thank you, guys.
I mean, you help your sister too, so
Yeah.
technically you're the DIY queen too.
I
Yeah.
love that I have my sister because I can like be like, you should buy this, and she's like, you should buy this, and we just share clothes.
Yeah.
So do you want to share about your siblings as well?
So yeah, I am the oldest. My sister is the youngest. Well, my brother is in the middle, but he feels like he's the older brother, even though he's not. He acts like it. He's super protective, but I know he does it for like a good reason.
Good reasons, yeah.
reasons. He's a he's a good brother.
Yeah.
And my sister's just like very shy. She doesn't like to go out. I'm kind of like trying to convince her that she needs to have more friends. I try to bring her out with you guys. You guys love her.
We do. We love her.
Like this. We are like
yeah,
this.
we
Like
love Adri.
dos cabronas when we're together.
Literally.
That's a Dodger game though.
Stop.
I feel like you guys are like the same, but my sister needs a little bit of drink.
She's a little bit more shy.
Yeah.
To be on Gadi's level. Yeah.
Period. But I remember we were at the apartment, right? And I was like, Adi, I was like, let's take another shot.
And she's like, okay.
She's like, okay. And I was like, yes, we live for this. We live for this.
If you were to ask like me or Vidi, we'd be like, no.
It's the age,
the Uber is getting here.
I was like, here, take it. And then right away, she's like, all right, let's go. Boom,
I love that.
Because we're older.
Yeah.
The hangover is not good once you turn 28.
That's very true.
I think 25 is like when you
Yeah.
start feeling it.
I agree.
I'm not there yet,
No.
so it's okay.
Yeah, that's
I
why.
think you're gonna
Just
start
enjoy it.
I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying it as much as I can.
Just enjoy it. Now when you guys tell me like, let's go out, I'm like, do I really want to go? But I was trying to make time for you guys and my friends.
Of course.
So I think this is a good segue now that we know a little bit more about Vidi and her background and you know what she has going on. So our main topic of the day is, since we have Vidi as a guest, we want to ask her some questions. And we wanted to ask you, Vidi, since we know that you're the big sister and you know you were born in Mexico, you know, I'm sure that you had to go through a lot of struggles and take on a lot of responsibilities. So we just wanted to kind of pick your brain at that and see like, you know, how that was for you and your experiences in being the big sister.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like I'm the older sister, but I feel like my brother also like supports the family. The same, like he does like the manly things that like, he needs to take care of, and I take care more of like bills or like, you know, taking phone calls or just like doing like other things. But I do feel like I do take a lot of responsibility.
Right.
Sometimes it's too much.
Yeah.
Like right now, I feel like I'm just dealing with, well, as you guys don't know, but my friends know, my house just flooded. So I have to deal with like adjusters and like the insurance, inspections. So it's pretty much just me dealing with everything.
Yeah.
And it's just taking a toll on me. I'm kind of glad I'm not working a 9 to 5 because I think that I would be super stressed.
Super.
Yeah.
Dealing with that on its own, I'm sure, is super taxing. Like, you just mentioning it right now about adjusters and, like, insurance. Like, I would literally not know what the fuck to do. And that's, like, I feel like a luxury that I have just because, like, well, this is something that I feel like me and Kari can't talk about because Kari is an only child and I'm a younger sister. I have an older sister and I can see, like, all the responsibilities that she has to have taken, like, growing up, and even now, like, she's still taking on that role. And yeah, like, I just feel like we can't talk on it like as much as you can.
And not just that, also like being a role model.
Yes, that's a big
always having to like be at your best so that your sister doesn't think like what you're doing, if it's wrong, like she thinks that it's also okay to do.
Right. Yeah.
And I feel like my parents put a lot of pressure because even with my sister, when I do something that she's not allowed to do, she's just like, why can't she do it? And I can't do it.
Yeah.
She was doing that at my age, like, why can't I do that?
Right.
So it's just like, now that I'm older, I feel like I have to be more careful. If I
more than when you were younger?
I feel like when I was younger, I didn't feel like I needed to be as much, but I feel also because I wasn't like mature.
Yeah, you didn't have the mentality yet.
Yeah, like I didn't start feeling that way until like I went through a breakup and like I was having a really hard time. I had really no friends to talk about it with. But when she went through a breakup, it was just like, I need to be there for you. Like, I need to tell you like what's right and what's wrong. Like, you can listen to me and like follow my advice, but I'm telling you from my experience. And I feel like that kind of just helped us like get closer because she sees that now. At the beginning, she probably was like, shut up, like, you're annoying.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, like, we're very like supportive of each other, and that's good. But I also feel like I need to be like on my A game.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yeah. I want to talk a little bit more about how, you said you moved here when you were 11, and how do you think that played like a role into being like a role model and just growing up overall and like having to get used to the culture of like obviously like United States, and I don't know, I guess just like
how did you adapt to it?
Yeah.
So when I first came, like I was the one that didn't want to come. I was like, I'm leaving all my friends. Like I just like I was about to graduate like from 6th grade, so it was just like I went to school with the same people like throughout like kindergarten. So the whole time like it was the same friends. So it was really hard for me. But as soon as I got here, I was like, my mom was taking me to Target all the time. So I was shopping all the time. Yeah, because like we came with nothing. Like it was just like our bags. Like that's all we brought.
Wow.
We moved in with like some family members. They just offered like the house. Well, it wasn't even a house. Like it was just like a room. So we lived with them. And like little by little, my dad is just like a go-getter.
Yeah.
My dad right away within a year, like we had purchased the house.
Nice.
Like he put the down payment for a house.
Yeah,
it was like with a lot of help of family, obviously, but I mean, my dad just came here with like an idea that he was gonna have a better life for himself and then for us as well.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like what I grew up with. My dad was always like trying to give us a better life. So it kind of just molded me into wanting to be the same.
Right. Yeah.
My dad started his own business and he failed. Like somebody stole money from him and he ended up just like closing the business. For a while we were like selling stuff at the Swami. And I was little, like I didn't like
really remember
like I couldn't help as much as I would be able to help them now.
Right.
But it's just like I see all that and like it was both of my parents that were able to just like, you know, push through with us, but really without us.
Yeah.
So I mean, now that I'm older, like if my dad has like a business idea or he wants to do something, or if I have a business idea, like he's always so supportive.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm the same way with him.
You think like growing up with your dad, like with your dad having that mentality has affected like who you are, like even like
So
now?
much.
Yeah, right?
So much.
Yeah.
Because now that I'm like closer to my 30s, I'm like, I had this whole idea of wanting to be somebody at this age that I am now that I haven't really reached.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like there's a lot of pressure on myself, and I feel like I talk myself down a lot because I'm like, I should have been doing this. Like, I should have my own house. Like, my dad was probably like at the age that I am right now doing so much more than I was.
Yeah.
And I feel like being the older sister, I feel like I need to set that example and like keep the legacy. But I mean, it's just like I know not everyone has like the same timeline. Not everyone has to be married at 29. Yes. Like my parents,
that is
I used to tell myself like,
thing.
I'm gonna be married at 29 and have kids at 30, and it's just not how it works.
Isn't it funny how like when we're young, like that's how we think? Like
we think
a
storyline
of
like, oh, we're gonna do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And then we grew up and we realized we're like, that's not for us.
Yeah, like we think that when we're young, like we think that 30 is really old, and we think that we're gonna have like the whole world in our hands by the time that we're 30.
Yeah, I remember thinking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have like a house, I'm gonna have kids, be married by like 30. I'm like, girl, that's not like.
You're like, I'm getting pretty close.
You can do it though. If you really want, I think you could do it, but it's just harder now. Like,
no, for sure. I think it's just it's just like a generational thing too, you know.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I think because of like the Latino culture, we're like kind of pressured, I guess, to be like fit this mold.
Yes.
So much.
And be like, okay, you need to have kids, you need to do this, you need to do that.
When you go to the parties, they're like, where's
there's like, where's the novio? ¿Y por qué no tienes novio? Like, bitch, I just don't. Like, okay, like, leave me alone.
And I think that's something that us Latinas, we are really trying to break, or Latinos in general.
Yeah.
And I think it's more the girls, but we're trying to break that and be like, you know what? No, like, we're not going to do that. We're not going to fit this criteria. We're not going to fit like the whole mold. Like, no, like this is our
lifestyle is
lives,
way different than they probably had. I'm first generation, so my parents are like so used to like Mexico and like how they live their life.
Right.
So,
yeah.
It's so
they're stuck in those ways. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you listened to our last podcast, but it was that was kind of something that we touched up on, like for me, I always wonder like, oh, how come my parents don't think this way, or how come they didn't do this for me? And it's just like you have to.
They were doing what they could.
Yeah, they were doing what they could, and you just have to take into consideration the way that they grew up
and set your own boundaries.
Yeah,
when it comes to
and then just accept it as it is. You know, because
like you can't change it.
Yeah, you can't change.
They already lived their lives.
Yeah.
They already went what they went through.
Yeah.
We're probably going through so much more than they've passed. Probably.
I agree. Yeah.
I think so too.
Do you want to ask this question, Cari? This was
okay. So my question to Miss Berry Girl was, what does it mean to be Latina to you? Like in your own words, or like when I asked that to you, what did that bring to you, or what did you
like?
Think
what
of?
comes up?
What comes up?
Yeah.
To be a chingona.
Sorry, tell me that loud. Sorry.
I love that.
I love that.
I fucking love that.
I relate to that a lot.
Yes, that's total Cari vibe.
Yeah. Just a little backstory before I know it's about you, but my grandpa raised me basically my dad, father figure, right? But I remember he would always tell me, "Eres chingona, eres chingona."
Oh, I love that.
I did breath work one time, and the memory that came to me, he's like, it just reassured everything. He's like, "Eres chingona, eres chingona,"
You can do it.
And like, I think that's something that like in the time I was like, I needed that. So you saying that resonated a lot, and I'm gonna cry, but I don't want to cry. We're not gonna do that. But the point is like, it is resonated, and it speaks to bars about how you feel about the culture.
Yeah. I think that's something that like us Latinas, we have to just keep in mind. Like, dude, like we literally come from like such a rich history, such a rich culture. Like like hearing you talk about how for you obviously it's different because you lived it, you went through it, you came from Mexico and you're living here now. But even like for us, like we didn't have to like come here ourselves, but it's like I know in the back of my head, like my parents came here to give me a better life, you know, and that in itself like keeps me going. And it like I always just remember like I just always try to remember like all the shit that my ancestors have gone through, like even my tias, like who are still living in Mexico, like just thinking about the way that they're living their life, like dude, like they're fucking badass. Because like for me personally, like my tias, like from my dad's side, they are literally the nicest fucking people ever. Like ever.
Everyone is so welcoming.
Everybody is so welcoming.
Everyone wants to feed you.
Yeah, they want to feed you. Yes. They want to take care of you. Like they want to talk to you. Like they want to.
Here's a
Yeah, and that's the culture, and I love that because it's like you can still be caring and loving and like you know, but you could still be a badass bitch. You know? Definitely. Yeah, I love that.
I love that.
That's so true.
That was amazing.
That was a good one.
That was a great one. That was a great one.
So from we asked on our Instagrams, all of us, and we're like, okay, ask us questions about for Viri and for all of us and so forth.
Yeah.
But one of the questions was, where do you see yourself the next year? Short-term, long-term goals. Your career. Just more. That's like more of like your work life and like how you see yourself.
Yeah.
So I felt like I was like stuck for the last probably like 3 years working. I used to work for insurance. I mean, I used to work for insurance. I still love my job, but then you know, management changed, and it's just I don't want to really get into that, but I just felt like it wasn't for me anymore. The stress that I was taking on was just a lot,
too much,
and I started messing with my self-esteem.
And your mental health, I'm sure.
And my mental health. Because there was days like, it sells, you know, like one day you can sell something and the other day you just won't.
And you're like, fuck, like I'm not getting paid today or something like that, right?
So it wasn't just like me. I also had people like on my back, like, you're not doing good enough. Like what you're doing isn't working. You need to change this. You need to study outside of work. And I'm like, I'm not going to study outside of work, even if I'm not getting paid outside of the clock.
No. Like you're not married to your work.
No.
Like, no.
Yeah, and then when I was going through family stuff, I asked for the time off, and they were like, well, can you come in tomorrow? That was the moment I was like, this job doesn't care about my health. They don't care about my family. They just care about the money that they're getting.
That you're bringing in for them. Yep.
They don't even care how much I make.
Yeah.
So it kind of just like opened my eyes and just made me realize that I could find something that I love doing. And I might be stressing over it because like opening like your own business is always going to be stressful.
1,000%.
It's going to be more work than you were doing before, but this is something that you're doing for yourself.
Yes.
It makes you happy.
And it makes me happy.
Yes. I'm pretty sure that you don't have the same problems as you did when you had your other job. Like no one's talking over your shoulder, stressing you out, saying
it's just me in my head. Like you need to do better
versus you.
Yourself,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you're building your own empire. You're not building someone else's empire. You're not building the white man's empire, as sad as it is, but you're doing it for yourself and your future.
And I feel like I kind of owe it to my dad. Like I had a talk with him, and he's just like, you know, like I love you and I'm gonna support you with everything you do, but if I see you that you're stressed, like this stressed all the time, you're not happy, you should maybe like do what I did. Just like open your own business and I'll support you all the way. Like you have your family. If you need money, like we can support you. Like don't hold yourself back because you feel like there's something that you can't achieve. So I mean, I have the support of my friends and my family. So I feel like that's helped me.
Definitely here for you.
And then I've also surrounded myself around like a lot of people that have a lot of drive, like you guys.
Of course.
So yeah, I think as long as I'm around people that want the same things that I want, I'm gonna achieve it faster.
I love that.
And now with all of that, with the background of your career and everything, where do you think you see yourself in a year? It doesn't even have to be a year. It could be 1 to 5 years. We could say 5 years if that
gives you more space.
Yeah, I know. I feel like a year, maybe like 2 years or 5 years, whatever you think.
So my goal is probably to save a lot of money.
Yeah.
Stop spending money on clothes.
Very hard, but
Very
yes.
hard, but it's doable.
Yes.
It's doable.
That's a short goal. And,
yeah.
So that I can travel.
Yes. Yes.
I want to travel a lot.
I think that's a good segue to go into what kind of life do you aspire to create for yourself? And that could be anybody is open to answer.
Yeah. Wait, ask me again.
What kind of life do you aspire to create for yourself? So you say you want to travel.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something, a part of what you want to create for your life, right?
Yeah. So I feel like if I build like my own business, I want it to kind of just be like a work from home type of thing. So that I can have that lifestyle to like travel and stuff. I do want to buy a house and maybe just like rent it out or something so that I don't have to live there and I still have some income coming and own like some properties or something like that. But yeah, the main goal is to travel.
Yes, I love that. Sorry guys, so we're at a public park right now. We're at LA State Historic Park and they close at sunset. We got here a little bit late, so we're just gonna try to wrap it up really quick. I think we should try to say what's a favorite memory of us together.
Okay, I'll start
really quick. Okay.
My favorite memory of us is when we were in Miami.
Yes, Miami.
And Eric Prince went on.
Yes.
And we all went crazy.
Yes.
And seeing Viri light up her eyes.
Yes.
And all of us just dancing. And
yes.
That's Daddy. That's right.
She said that's Daddy.
That's right. But like, I think that was like one of like my favorite memories because we were all so happy in the moment. We all were doing something that we all very much love, which is dancing and traveling
Being
together.
with each other.
Being with each other.
Yeah.
Even though it rained. It's fine.
Yeah, it was amazing though.
We all look so bomb, but it's fine. I think that was one of my favorite memories of us together.
Yeah. I think that's a good one. Honestly, I think just overall, like that year, we literally went to like 3 different places.
God, yes.
We went to Chicago. We went to Miami.
Yeah.
I think we went somewhere else.
Did we do Palm Springs that year? No.
I don't remember. But we for sure went to Chicago and Miami. And I think just like us traveling together is just such an amazing memory and experience. Like,
we always have a good time.
Yeah, like travel with your friends, guys.
You know how they say
travel with your friends.
Yes.
You guys know how they say like take your friends to Miami if you want to test a friendship? I didn't feel like I had to like change anything after we left. If anything, I felt like we got closer.
For sure.
I mean, we all got drunk, but
it was to have a good time.
Yes. Yes.
Viri, do you have a favorite memory?
Yes, Ellie's birthday when we did the picnic.
Yes, that was so cute. And then we ended up at your house, and we were like,
and we smeared cake on each other's faces. We were like,
that is such
a
good one. That's a good one. I
Yeah.
love that. That was a great day. That was a great day.
Everyone was there, like everyone.
Yeah, I love that because everybody did come through for that. That was awesome. Cool. Okay, so I think we should just end on maybe me and Kari. Somebody asked us what should be expected of the upcoming episodes. I think we're definitely gonna be, I think we should do an episode about like dating and relationships in our generation at this moment.
Yikes.
Yeah, big yikes. But you know, it's something to be talked about.
Yeah.
So
it's a good topic.
I think also I really want to talk about and dive in like the next couple episodes is your brand, how you're trying to bring your brand to life.
We're all doing things. Yes.
So most definitely like fashion more, but
more fashion.
I wanted to bring other people as well. Like
we're definitely gonna bring more guests.
Yeah, our circle. Also males as well. Like I want the podcast to be more generational to both genders, not just us females, because I know that we talk a lot about like us girly stuff.
Yeah,
talk a lot of shit.
I was like that too. I want it to be diverse and I want it to be open to everyone.
Bring a male perspective. Yeah, because obviously we can't provide.
We have so many questions.
I know, literally.
Okay, so you just sit down and answer all my questions. Thank you. Okay, let's do this.
Yes.
But I think that's like something that I really want to aspire. I had this idea of like us all going to a fest or going to day trip or something and going with the little mics and like asking random people questions.
I love that. I love that.
That's always fun.
I love that. We should definitely do that.
Yeah. Sure. But I think also too, I think me and Ellie were talking is like we all want to do like a different place in LA. Like whether like so we chose the park today, and a different episode will be somewhere else.
Yeah.
But we're also open to what you guys want to hear too, not just us as well.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. I think anything that has to do with like society and our generation is gonna be a good topic. But
yeah, I was gonna say talking about our viewpoints too, like
our perspectives. Yeah. But okay, so I think we're gonna end here. If you guys have any suggestions on what you would want to hear us talk about, or I don't know, I guess specific people you would want us to bring on.
We have a whole ass list.
Yeah, we really do. We really do.
A lot of our friends offered, and we're like, okay, we'll take you. Like,
literally.
But
I was the first guest.
She was the first. Oh no! It's fine. That's a little insider. It's just an insider. Yeah.
But I always forget to say, follow us on Spotify, leave us a review.
Yes.
If you can, share us.
Shoot a DM, tag us.
We're our DMs are always open, regardless.
If you're tuning in, like tag us, like your
feedback also is really appreciated.
Yes, 1,000%.
Me and Ellie, we always talk. Like I need to say, we always talk every day.
Yep.
And I'll be like, oh, so and so said this.
Yeah.
So and so said, oh, let's work on this.
So
that's a lot of things that I would do too.
Right. So thank you so much, Vidi.
I also want to tell you guys that I'm so proud of you, both of you. This is something I probably would have never done.
Yeah.
For you guys. I'm super camera shy. I don't record videos of myself anywhere. Like my voice is not there.
Oh my gosh.
This took a lot of me. I wanted a shot, but it's okay. We did it.
Sorry, no shots today.
Maybe next time or after this.
Yeah.
We're gonna go.
Yay!
Dinner
time.
But I want to ask you, do you have anything that you want to say last?
Somebody's phone.
It's my daddy.
Do you have anything that you want to share or leave off?
Yeah, like a leave off. No.
For you guys?
In general, to the listeners or to us, whatever.
Of course. So just take care of your mental health.
Period. Yep.
It's something that you really have to take care of. A lot of people just disregard it, and it's something that you should always be working on. It depends if you like want to go work out, want to go on a walk, hang out with your friends. Like, don't feel like you're alone. Like, you're never alone. Like, there's people that care about you and want to see you happy. Yeah. So if you feel like you're not there, like, reach out to your friends.
Yeah. Most definitely.
And also like reach out to your friends and ask to see if they're okay.
Right.
Yeah,
like,
I think that's
always make sure your friends are okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great episode, guys. This was amazing.
See you on the next one.
All right, guys. Bye.